Welcome to today's guided practice session. My name is Adam Manis. We're practicing what I think is one of the easiest ways to voice a chord, but can add a real modern flavor to your playing that you really can't get any other way. And I'm just so excited to practice this today. It's a very simple set of shapes, and we're going to be kind of focusing on a 2-5-1 just because it's such a common cadence and can get us very, very far in a bunch of different kinds of tunes. Check this out. Look at this. So we're talking about left-hand voicings today, some left-hand clusters. So it's a 2-5-1 in the key of F, of course. And so if I were to just play a regular, sort of pretty standard, root shell, pretty 2-5-1, it might sound like this. Beautiful. Right? This is a shape and a cadence that we all know, play all the time. It's a basis for a lot of Great American Songbook standards, as well as jazz standards. It's great. It's great to know some different kinds of voicings. So you could do fourth voicings with the 2-5-1. You can do just regular old 4-note, basic bob versions. You could do root and shell. But today I want to deal with it's a way to cluster these little voicings in these shapes you're seeing here that get us this kind of sound. So isn't that great? It's so much fun. So yeah, it's kind of Keith Jarrett-esque, kind of Herbie Hancock-esque, kind of Brad Mehldau-esque, right? It's definitely got those clusters, give it a bit of modern flavor. And then we have this triad plus one, which I'll talk about in a minute. But that's the sound we're going for, right? We just want to right now just set up that this is the sound. It sounds so nice with some of these like triad shapes that you can do in your right hand for the soloing. But just this is the basis of everything. So what's going on here in these three chords? We've got a minor 7 chord or a minor 9 chord. That's the 2. We've got a dominant 7 flat 9 chord. That's the 5. And we've got a major 9 chord. That's the 1. So here in our minor 7 chord, there's a few things that don't follow, our typical quote unquote rules of making chord voicings, right? So just off the gate, out of the gate here, off the bat, out of the gate, on our G minor 9, you might notice there's no 7th in this chord. It's just 9, 3, 5. It's this cluster of 9, 3, 5. So it's got like half of the shell, right? Half of that third and 7th combination that we know is the definitive part. And you could throw an F down there, but now it's just a typical 4-note, basic voicing without that F and with that cluster now at the bottom. There's something that's a little bit grittier about it, just a little bit more cubist almost. I love to do like analogies of different kinds of artistic mediums as I'm doing this. So that's our G minor 9, right? Again, just 9, 3, 5. How great is that? It's such a cool, if I put the root on there. So simple, no 7. That's great. You gotta know these voicings. So cool. Now, for our 5 chord, we can simply just change one note. That top note. If we take that down to the flat 9, right now, we have some movement in the harmony, right? Again, now you might notice there's no 3rd in this voicing. It's just that cluster again on the bottom, A and B flat, and then D flat there, that flat 9. So you could use, for sure, like, because it has that natural 13 in there, the C half whole diminished would sound great. And all the things we can do with that, all those shapes. That would sound awesome. Okay. What then about this shape? What is this? Our F major 9. So you might notice that's just an F major triad with a G in there. I love this shape so much. Again, with a low root. There's no major 7 in this chord. It's just has the 3rd and then the root, and I mean it's just a triad plus 1 is what we call it. But that shape is so versatile and gives us a really beautiful grounded foundation to our 1. By the way, this shape could also be used in a 2 chord, like on the relative minor for D minor 11, and you hear it a lot. Right? So there's that. There's our 1 chord. So 2, I'll put some roots in the bottom here so you can hear how it sounds. It's so crunchy. It's so crunchy. What this does, these little 3-note cluster shapes where there's just not a lot to them. They're not very thick. That's the first point here. They don't take up a lot of space. And so it really leaves us, when we talk about wanting to play out, it really leaves us a lot more of an open sound. Like it hints at the harmony, right? In a way that's not just, I'm going to beat you over the head with a 2-5-1. It's a lot more subtle. And you hear some very subtle players use this technique to get that sound. Get that sound. It's so wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay. So that's what we're going to be working on today. Let's just do this. Let's start with a little bit of guided practice. I want you to start by just playing these voicings. We'll do a 2-5-1 here in F, and I'll add an extra bar at the end of this of F major. So we'll just do like a nice... And you just play these voicings. Just start with your left hand. And you could even just start here with whole notes. We'll do 2 bars of that F major 7 there. But just practice getting these voicings in F. I'll do a little bass line. I'll do like a nice walking bass line here. Well, I say nice. I don't want to put the cart before the horse. It'll be fine. Let's try it. 2, 1, 2, 3, and... Try it again for the top. If these are already comfortable for you, add some rhythm. Top. You might try just soloing with your right hand over these a little bit. See if you can get that feel. That triad pair feel. See? Again, getting that sort of like just basic scales. You don't have to do much to it. Dorian here on the minor. The half whole diminished on the C7 flat 9. You know what you would normally do, but you're going to find that just these little cluster voices, instead of maybe this, stacks of thirds, right? We're kind of getting out of the stacks of thirds idea. Ooh, so nice. Okay. So that's just a little exercise we can do. Let's do one thing here before we move on from just like the basic 2-5. Let's see if you can immediately transpose this up a fourth. Can we do this in the key of B flat? Can you take this up? Why, indeed you can. Can you move this whole thing up a fourth, right? C minor 9, F7 flat 9, B flat major 9 with that little triad plus 1. What do those voicings look like, right? What if this was up a fourth? C minor 9, 9, 3, 5, and then F7 flat 9, right? 13, 7 flat 9, and then our B flat major 9, which is just the triad plus that 2 or 9 in there. Right? What does that sound like? Try it. 2, 3, and. Same thing, but in the key of B flat. Just get that shape. One more time here. Go to the top, key of B flat. Let's transpose this straight away. Okay, now one more time. All right. Isn't that great? So that's just a very basic, simple way to get simple voicings into your playing. What if we wanted to put this over a tune, though? By the way, if you like this concept, these modern voicing concepts, right, these little clusters, go ahead and smash that like button for me. Let me know what kind of content you want to see more of. And again, if you want to go on a deeper dive of these concepts, check out Jazz Chords for Beginners. Ian's going to put a link right here in the chat. Saves you $30 today. We like to offer you a little bit. Cool, cool, cool. So what about in a tune? What about in Miles Davis's Solar? Right? So we can use these exact voicings as the basis for Miles' Solar. Hey. Check that out here. This last bar, we've used Solar a couple times here in the guided practice session because it's so short and easy to hit a bunch of different keys. Check it out. So this here is D half diminished, right? D minor 7 flat 5 and G7 alt. You might notice this would be the same as it were F minor 7, B flat 7, right? It works for its relative minor 2 5 1. So our D half diminished here is like 11 5 7, and then our G7 alt is like 1 flat 9 third. Isn't that cool? Could be F minor 7 to B flat 7. Could be D half diminished to G7 alt. That's how you might navigate a minor 2 5 1 with these little clusters. So if I were to play this here, just the melody. Again, you can apply your own rhythms to this. I'm just giving you the voicing. Solo, these voicings work so great. Especially if you want to do some like some triad pair stuff. Sounds so nice. So yeah, you might hear someone like Herbie Hancock or Keith Jarrett or even Brad Mehldau play these little cluster voicings with this little cluster on the bottom and a minor third above it. So let's try it. Again, I'm going to play some bass for you. Let's see if you can apply these voicings to Solar. You may already know Solar, or if you're reading it, this should be easy enough to read these voicings. You might start with just your left hand. Like maybe this first chorus, just practice getting these voicings over the form, and then add the melody. And then we'll do some improvising. But let's just try getting the left hand first, and I'll kind of direct you from there. This is a guided practice session, so you have to listen to me. It's part of the rules. Just kidding. You can do what you want. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and... again, just stay with the left hand, just the left hand here. Just get these voicings under your fingers. Add in the right hand melody, but keep it simple. Whew. How about another round of melody here? Stay with the melody, stay with it. Keep it really simple. This next chorus, go ahead and solo. See if you can keep these voicings going in your left hand. And maybe try for that sort of modern triad pair pentatonic sound. You got it. Have fun. Practice moving these clusters around a little bit too if you're feeling like this is easy for you. These can be moved diatonically. One more chorus. You got it. One more chorus. Have fun. Aren't those great? No, they really are amazing. So this whole idea of using these little cluster voicings, right? These little 3-note voicings. It just, for me, it changes everything when I start playing them. It kind of opens me up because it's not taking up these big, thick chords, right? It's not like... It's not a Bill Evans thing. It's not a McCoy Tyner thing. It's a little bit more of an impressionistic idea where we're kind of sketching out the chord, right? We're not really laying on any kind of thick harmony. We're just kind of implying some things about the chord, and we're strategically leaving things out about the chord. I just love these so much. So enjoy this. You can come back to this. We'll leave this up for a while, and you could practice with these. And let me know in the comments here how you're practicing these little clusters if you have your own versions. A lot of people use these in their right hand too. They're so handy. We've talked about them before, but I just wanted to reiterate how important I think that these little 3-note cluster voicings can be. Working them through in 2/5s is a great way to go from one place to the other and get that motion going into the voicing. Cool. Thanks very much. Again, if this is your jam, hit that like button. Let me know what you want to see. And then, of course, check out our Jazz Chords for Beginner there that Ian's going to put in the chat. And yeah, thanks everybody. Great to practice with you today, as usual. I'll be back here on Friday for another guided practice session all about Chick Corea. Cool. Thanks, y'all. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.